Hi, happy Holi students. Play well, play safe. Okay, now today we are going to study economics, foreign trade, standard 12th. Now, what is foreign trade? As all of you know, foreign trade is a trade between two countries. But basically, we'll start with the first part. What is trade? What is trade? Trade is the activity of buying and selling goods and services. That is called as a trade. Trade is of two types: internal trade and external trade. Now, as far as internal trade is concerned, we have studied this last year in 11th standard, right? And as far as external trade is concerned, yes, that is a part of syllabus. But still, we'll just brush up. Okay, what is internal trade? Trade which is conducted within the country, within the boundaries of the country. Okay, any activity of goods and services conducted within the boundaries of the country, it's called internal trade. Let us take one example. Maharashtra sells some commodity to Gujarat. That is within the country itself, within the boundary of the country. Of course, this is internal trade. Okay, are you getting me? Very good. We have studied this last year also. Yes. Now come to external trade, which is your current year's topic. External trade means what? The activity or business of buying and selling conducted within two or more countries. Underline, two or more countries are involved. Okay, this is called external trade. I think this concept is clear. Okay, now how many types of external trade are there? Three types of external trade. Number one, import. Number two, export. And number three, entreport. Now, number one, import. What is import? It refers to buying goods and services from other country. Okay, for example, if we purchase any cloth from say USA, it is example of import. Boundaries are crossed, currencies are different. Okay, that is import. Now second, number two, that is export. Take example, if India sells any goods and services to say Nepal, boundaries are crossed. Correct? India sells to Japan, again boundaries are crossed. This is example of export trade. Okay, so what do you mean by export trade? It refers to selling goods and services to other country outside the boundaries. I have repeated boundary word at least 4 or 5 times because that is a part of definition. Okay, boundaries word is important. Are you getting me? Great. Now come to third type. Third type is entrepot trade. Now what is that? It means buying goods from one country, processing goods and sell it to other country. Not getting? Okay. Giving one example. For example, India purchases a cloth from say Japan, process it, making some designs, making some different shapes, different buttons, different covering or wrappers, make them more attractive and sell it to South Africa. Okay, so this is entrepot trade of India. Okay, so how many countries are involved here? India purchased from Japan, so country 1. India has purchased country 2, and sold to South Africa, country 3. So here in inter-port trade, 3 countries are involved. And what is the most important thing here, students? Processing. ऐसे नहीं कि यहाँ से खरीदा उधर सेल किया. No. Purchase from one country, process it in the form of packing, in the form of wrapper, in the form of any other thing, weighing, and after that distribute or sell to other country. Okay, this is called inter-port trade. Clear? Very good. Now in short, we have just done introduction of trade. Internal trade, external trade, import trade, export trade, and inter-port trade. Now, internal trade is not a part of syllabus. I just explained that you should know. You already know. Internal trade is very simple. You have studied last year. Export trade, we have to focus on that. Ki what are the benefits of export trade? What is the role of export trade? Okay. And let us read the notes which I have prepared for you. Want to read? You can take a screenshot of it. Okay. Chalo. Foreign trade in India. Trade, activity of buying and selling of goods and services, is called trade. So what is important here? Buying and selling, both are important. Trade is divided into 2 types, internal trade and external trade. Internal trade is also called domestic trade. And external trade also called as a foreign trade or international trade. So there are 3 names: external trade, foreign trade, international trade. उसमें से foreign trade is the name of our chapter. Internal trade. Trade which is within the political boundaries of the nation. For example, Maharashtra sell goods to Gujarat. That's the internal trade. No currencies exchange. Currency remains the same. Okay. Now second part, external trade. The trade which is between 2 or more nations. That is called external trade. Yes, here the currencies are different, countries are different, of course the boundaries are also different. It is called foreign trade. Number 1 type, import trade. Import का मतलब purchase. It refers to purchase of goods and services from other countries, called import. Example is given कि oil, we import oil from Iran, Iraq. Right? So that's the example of import trade. Export trade refers to sell of goods and services to other countries. Here purchase and here the word is sell. Otherwise definition is same. India exports tea to England. England is very much fond of India's tea. Still some spices and teas are exchanged. Okay. Third part is inter-port trade, which is new for you. See how many here I have prepared some small chart. India. See, look at my arrow. India has purchased from South Africa and sold to Nepal after processing. So what is inter-port trade? It means purchase of goods from one country and sell to other country after processing. This is important, students. After processing is important. Okay. Now you can take a snapshot if you require. This is just an introduction part in simple words. Yes, I always follow simple words. Easy to remember. Within 15 minutes you can revise everything. Okay. Now coming to next question. The question is role of foreign trade. Role of foreign trade. Now what is this role of foreign trade? Okay, what are the benefits of foreign trade? First benefit, to earn a foreign exchange. Of course, why do people do business? To